Hey there, so I'm working on these happy little drink stirrers here, and I don't know, it brought me back to some of the gigs I used to do in Coconut Grove and Grove Isle, in the Grand Bay and all of those areas there, and Dinner Key Marina, etc., Villa Woodbine and so forth. And I remember thinking, right, like you would have these gigs for special events, and sometimes you're talking about a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 check, and then you've got to pay out all of these other different services. But when they went ahead and did that on a credit card, you were always at risk for a chargeback, and you could be on the hook for a lot of money. So I just didn't want to deal with that sort of thing anymore. After my brain hemorrhage and so forth, that's when we ended up coming up with the office cake, right? That you order online and we deliver. It also wasn't like the retail space of our boutique on Ponce. And while all of that was very lovely and romantic in theory, you're essentially like entertaining all day, you know, because I mean, you're going to be a good host, and we were making cafecito and all of that. Nonetheless, once that like ran its course and lost its charm, and we ended up doing the office cake, I was much happier with that type of a gig, right? Because you would do maybe a $50 cake, a $60 cake, a $100 cake. So if somebody did a chargeback, really, they really couldn't harm you, you know, versus if you had paid out for the lighting, the linens, the tablecloths, the photography, all of these other things, you could really be on the hook for a lot of money. And now I make happy little drink stirrers. I put them in the mail, and it's pretty simple. So I have released myself from a lot of emotional tension. Nonetheless, I am teaching, and I'm helping a few people that I know who have commissioned me to help train them in this regard, that they want to do event planning. They have the energy for it. They're young. And so forth. And I think one big thing that is very important is when you go ahead and you get a balance. Okay, one thing is if you get paid and you want to go initially and hook the client, you know, with a credit card and make things easy, great. It doesn't have to be for a ton of money, but they're already committed to you. But the balance, you want the balance to be done in the form of a check 10 days in advance, made out to your name. You can cash it, and then you're done. You know that you are paid for. And what I used to tell my wedding planning clients, you know, because you want to get all of these vendors paid for, like these are reputable people. This isn't like fly-by-night operations, right? Is you do not want your vendor thinking about getting paid. Like, are they going to pay me? What you want them thinking about is curating a beautiful event for you. And I think that is one very important lesson. So to prospective vendors out there and people who want to enter the industry, you can accept, you know, a deposit in the form of a credit card, but my advice is make sure that your balance is paid in the form of a check 10 days out. Make sure you cash it. And yeah, quítate ese problema de encima, like I used to say. Happy little drink stirrers. Bye.